Okay, so now we're going to start to develop our project. First, the most important thing is we've got to determine what our levels are and then our grid system. So first we're going to look at levels. To do so, we'll go to our elevation view. So if we come over to the project browser on the left-hand side, and there's our elevation heading, we'll expand that. And we can select east, north, south, or west. It's not important because again, we're working on one single project. So double click on east, and by default, we'll have level 0 at a level of 0 and level 1 at a level of 4,000. And we are working in metric, so this is 4,000 millimeters. So first thing I'm going to do is just select one of the levels. And in here we get a series of information, which is typical to nearly all of the components that we'll be using. So there's some familiarities here that when we were using the walls. So for example, there's our temporary dimension. We have some padlocks and so on. But I'll go through each individual point now. So first one, on the left-hand side, we have a little box with a tick. On the right-hand side, we have a box with nothing inside. So if I untick, you'll notice that the bubble disappears. If I tick on the right-hand side, the bubble will reappear. So it's just to change the position of the bubble from left to right. Next, this here is the actual elevation bubble itself. This is just a default symbol that's been provided by Autodesk. You can, of course, create your own to implement them to your own drawings. Next is an open grip, so it's an open blue circle there. If you click and drag, we can extend our levels. So we can extend them out or retract. You'll also notice that there's a dashed blue line, which is our temporary vertical dimension. So all of the levels are locked onto each other. If we wanted to move one level by itself without being locked to the others, we'll simply click on the padlock. It's now unlocked from the lower level and I can now move it freely. To lock it back to level 0, quite simply, click the grip, move it over so I get that temporary vertical dimension. Once that appears, I'll let go and it's been padlocked again. And now they're locked together. Next we have where we have level 1. This is the name of our level. Below that where we have 4,000, that's the actual level itself. The dashed blue line here is the actual level line. Again, we have the similarities on the left hand side, so there's our open grip or padlock. So to adjust the level, first I'll select the level I want to move. And I have two options. I can either select the level text where we have 4,000. I can then enter in a new level, pressing enter, or I can use the temporary dimension, select and bring it back up to 4,000. Again, there's another option. Again, once I select the level, you'll notice my properties palette changes and takes on the properties of the level. In there as well, I can change the elevation. So select 4,000, bring it back to 3,000. For the properties to take effect of that level, we'd either come down to press apply or simply move the cursor into the drawing and then those changes will take effect. So to create a new level, I'll just press escape to come back out of that so we've got nothing selected. I'm going to pan up in my architecture tab. Down the very end here, the second last panel, in there we have our level. So I'll select my level tool. You'll see the contextual tab appears with our modification. There's our draw panel, so these are the different ways that we can place our level. In the options bar here, we have a couple of options that I'll go over in a few moments. But just to get us started, first I'll line up with the temporary vertical dimension. Click once to start, move my cursor to the next point. Again, when I see that temporary vertical dimension, click again to place and escape to finish. So because I pressed escape once, I'm still inside the level tool. So if I press escape again, I'm back into the main model. So to make changes to this level, I'll click on the level. I want my bubbles to be on the same side, so I'll come to my show hide bubble box there, tick it on the left, tick it off on the right. Okay, so I'm going to pan up again. So I'm going to go into a bit more detail of placing the level. So again, pressing escape to come back to the main model, clicking on my level tool, and in here I'll go over my options. So the very first one there is make plan view, and that's turned on right now. So when I place my level 2 here, if you come over to the project browser, under the floor plans, we have level 0, level 1, and now we have level 2. So if I turn that off and place another level, which is level 3, again, I'll just turn my bubbles on. Level 3 has been created. You'll see in the project browser under floor plans, it doesn't exist. As well, you'll notice that it's now black. When we create a level and it's blue, it means that it's an active floor plan. When it's black, it is not an active floor plan. So the reason that we would create these levels would be, say, for roof ridges, eave details, and so on. So we can place levels in the drawing for us to attach to, but we won't generate floor plans. There's other ways that we can do that as well. So I'm going to delete level 3. I can create a new level without creating a floor plan by simply selecting the level 2, using the copy tool and copying it up. Again, we'll get level 4, and you'll notice that it's black, so the level hasn't been created. So if I use the copy tool and copy a level, it will not automatically be a floor plan. If I wanted to copy my level 2 up and to make it a floor plan, I can select it. In the modify section, we have create, and there's create similar. So this works with all components, not just levels. So if we wanted to create a similar wall, create a similar door, floor, anything that we put into the project, we simply select it, select the create similar tool, and then we can place it. And you'll notice it's turned blue, and my floor plan is now level 5. And I'll select it and delete. So again, I'm going to place another level. When we have the make plan view turned on, we'll select the options bar here, and it's just giving me the option of what type of plan views do I want to be created. So by default, we'll always have ceiling plan, floor plan, and structural plan. You can determine if you want those to be selected or not. So I'll press OK. Now if I place my new level, you'll see now my floor plans, we have level 6. My ceiling plans, we have level 6. And in my structural plans, we have level 6 as well. There's level 2 that we created earlier. So if you're creating a new level, you can, if you only wanted one or the other, you can simply just select and delete. And I'll select and delete level 6. As well, when placing a level, when we draw, we can add an offset. So if I have an offset of, say, 1000, when I draw and place, my level is offset below 1000 right now. So if I hit the space bar, it will be 1000 above. Okay, so for our project, we're going to have 3 different levels. Our ground floor at level 0, our first floor at level 3000, and our roof level at 6000. So first we're going to change our level heights. So level 0 we'll leave at 0. Level 1 will change to 3000. And level 2 will change to 6000. So if we select the level, we can either select the text or the temporary dimension. So obviously I'll make that 3000 because we'll have level 3 at 3000 plus 3000 will make 6000. Or you can select the text 6000 and change it there. Next we'll change our level text. So again, select level 0. And if we type in ground floor, When I press enter or click away from the text, I'll get this little pop-up. Would you like to rename corresponding views? So if I press yes, my level 0 in the project browser will change to be ground floor. If I select no, level 0 will remain as level 0 in the project browser, but will change in the model. So I want it to change in the project browser as well. So I'll press yes. You'll notice my floor plans is now changed to ground floor. Do the same for level 1. Change it to first floor. So I can either press enter or click away. Again, I'll get the pop-up, pressing yes. And for the top, we'll just make that roof and click away and yes. So in my model at the bottom, I've got ground floor, first floor, roof level. In my floor plans though, it's organized alphabetically. So first floor is first, then ground floor and roof. So this isn't something I want to happen. So one little way around it is to change the name and add in a numerical value at the front of the text. So I'm going to add in 1. And yes, I want to change again first. And yes, and roof is 3. And yes. So now in my project browser, my floor plans are organized how I want them to be. And then I can extend out all 3 together by using that grip, and they're all attached. As well, when we're creating our levels, if we have one level on top of the other, like for example, what I'll do is I'll just quickly copy this above. And if my text is overlaying another text, be it for whatever reason, what we can do is we can add in an elbow so we can read the text clearly. On level 7 there, if I select it, we have that little symbol there, which is our elbow. So if I click, it'll generate the elbow. By default, it will always go down. So what I can do is just grab that grip and drag it up. And then I can adjust its position even more, right under the 7. Like so. So the level itself doesn't actually change, as it's still 6920, but just I've moved the bubble and text away from the roof level so I can read it clearly. Then to remove the elbow, I'll come on the outer grip here and just pull it down until I feel it jump. When it does, I'll just let go and the elbow is removed. So I'll just select that level 7 and delete. So if we double click the wheel, it will zoom extents and bring our levels into the picture.